Mortal Kombat is a fighting video game franchise popularized by its 1993 game of the same name. The series has gone on to spawning numerous sequels, spin-offs, and films. The original game was renowned for its extreme violence, which resulted in the creation of the ESRB
Choosing from a
rating
variety
system.
of
Martial arts warriors, players compete against each other in one-on-one battles. Up to 2 players can fight in a single match, and each fighter has their own set of special moves and fatalities. Mortal Kombat utilized digitized sprites, which showed realistic graphics and movements for dominating opponents in the 12 different stages. It allowed players to customize characters with unique weapons and fight in a point-based system. Players also had the option of battling with the computer in a tournament ladder. Non-player characters could be fought against in a single-player mode before unlocking Goro and Shang Tsung. The latter two were the antagonists of the game and served as formidable opponents. Finishing moves, known as fatalities, were special techniques that allowed players to essentially kill their opponents in a very gory manner. These unique moves made the game stand out from the rest, and its influence made its way into the real world. A sequel was released in 1994 called Mortal Kombat 2, which would eventually spawn numerous ports and updates. This version featured a lot more playable characters and stages and further popularized the series. Midway Games also released a spin-off game called Mortal Kombat Mythologies, Sub-Zero the year after. It was a role-playing game that featured defeated enemies that gave bonus points, and a range of weapons could be collected. In spite of an initial limited success, Mortal Kombat gained critical acclaim after a recreation in 1995's MK Trilogy, which featured updated graphics and all the previous games released on one disc. Mortal Kombat 4, released in 1997, featured polygonal graphics as well as animated backgrounds. It also introduced weapons to the series, multiple fatalities for certain characters, and eliminated the tournament format. The beloved characters and violence combined with great gameplay would later be incorporated in several later games including Deadly Alliance and Deception. The newer versions of Mortal Kombat allowed more interactive and varied attacks. In 2004 Mortal Kombat Deception returned the series to 3D and featured unlockable characters such as Bo' Rai Cho and Quan Chi. A 2006 sequel introduced even more playable characters and special attacks. In 2011, Mortal Kombat received its 9th version with a reboot of the classic. This version featured a unique story mode with an endgame character that wasn't revealed until after the credits, as well as tag team mode and the return of fatalities. Mortal Kombat X was released in 2015 and featured improved graphics and changed-up game mechanics. New characters and fatalities were included as well as returning classic characters, such as Liu Kang. The most recent installment of the series is Mortal Kombat 11, released in April 2019. It features 2 versions of some characters, such as Jade and Kitana, and crystallizations that give each fighter 3 different playstyles. The popularity of Mortal Kombat could not be overstated. It has affected popular culture and inspired numerous books, comic strips, and television shows as well as 2 feature films. It has become a symbol of violent gaming and was so influential that the ESRB rating system was introduced. This has made Mortal Kombat one of the most iconic video game franchises in history. Even though the series began almost 30 years ago, it still has its own dedicated cult fan base. Many have praised the games for their violence and its engaging combat system, which has become the cornerstone for realistic fighting games. Late in 2020, a remake of the classic Mortal Kombat for the Nintendo Switch was announced. This version is expected to be an even more accurate emulation of the original and give fans the closest experience to what they felt in the 90s. Also in the same year, NetherRealm Studios teased upcoming assets and downloadable content, DLC, for the latest Mortal Kombat game, Mortal Kombat 11. Many expect this new DLC to include new characters and new variations of many of the current characters. Mortal Kombat is one of the longest-running and most successful video game franchises ever. Its influence in gaming and pop culture will undoubtedly continue for many years to come. Despite all the negative press and questionable marketing tactics used in the past, gamers will always remember the impact Mortal Kombat has had on the gaming industry. The series has always maintained its level of violence and relatability, which is a rare combination and a testament to its lengthy lifespan. The Mortal Kombat franchise has shown how important story and character arcs are in a video game, even to the point of having fans ponder the questions and choices presented to them. The games provide highly detailed characters and intense graphics, which allows gamers to live in the fantasy of becoming a Mortal Kombat character for a few hours. Many consider the reboot of the first game to be a perfect blend of nostalgia and modern gaming elements. This has kept the interest alive and made it possible to take a trip down memory lane to one of the first truly popular fighting games.